go face first on the ground. The second I lay on the ground, I hear the, like, as audible as it can be. Some say audible, some say not. I felt like it was an audible voice from God. And this is all he said: Alyssa is your wife. Like, audibly. So I was like,
Good thing I was the only Alyssa that you knew.
That's true. I was like, can we get a last name? But I was like, okay. So I got off my face and I was just like shook. I was sitting at my table and you were actually sitting next to me, I think. All right. And so you were, don't act like you weren't following me around, girl. She was following me.
I think I sat behind you.
I don't know. Oh, so you could see the back of my fade? I didn't even have a fade at that time.
I know you did.
I just had like a 3 all over. I was scroungy. So anyways, I was sitting there
with your
and I was
V-neck,
like,
the short sleeve V-neck.
I actually used to wear short sleeves back in the day. So I was like shook. I'm like, and I don't want to tell her this, like that's super manipulative. Oh, by the way, God just spoke to me that you're going to be my wife. It was like I woke up one day and was like, I have crazy feelings for her. So I went to my Nino. I'm like, I have these crazy feelings for this girl. I'm like, Alyssa. And he's like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, let's fast and pray about it.
Looksmaxxing, mewing, does not work. Say istighfar, do dhikr. When you are looksmaxxing, your tongue is at the top of your mouth. You cannot do istighfar, you cannot do dhikr. Stop looksmaxxing. It's stupid. I don't know how this trend came about within the young people. You're destroying your mind. It's not how life is. Oh, I need to get a defined jawline. Bruv, ask Allah. Ask Allah to give you a Giga Chad chin. Ask Allah. Stop doing this stupid looksmaxxing. It does not work. It doesn't work.
When I got God's promise, because I alluded to that beforehand, I was driving home. This is after Mallory and we first met. When I was driving home and I was praying to God. I was in my secret place, guys, right? God, do you want me to do this? Because I'll be honest, you know, the spirit is willing, right? But my flesh is weak. And I vividly remember, guys, I cannot make this up on that car ride back home. I felt the strongest check in my spirit of God saying, David, it is not about you. And man, did that smack the fear of the Lord in me. I felt like Job when God was like, who are you to question what I do? And when I had that, that was really kind of like God's checking me, right? Or you could say God's promise of like, this is going to fulfill the mission. And when I had that, guys, I relied on that. And I'm just telling you guys, like a beautiful, happily ever after story. If you can do that, I truly do believe that is the epitome of Matthew 6:33.
Witty character, if they're outgoing enough, if they make X amount of money or are popular enough, then they could still attract women and they can form a long-term loving bond with them. Especially if this entire thing is supposed to be for women to begin with. If it's supposed to be for incels who are not attractive to women to become attractive to women, there are multiple facets, multiple ways to do that. You don't need to physically look a certain way. And also, like, if you were to ask women if they find this Chad archetype attractive, I don't think they do. I mean, I'm not a woman, I don't know, but I've never seen a woman post the Chad face and be like, I want a man like this. I only ever see guys post it and be like, I want to look like that. Ultimately, this is what happens when people worship their desires or their physical attractiveness or the stimulation they get from the attention of women or the opposite sex in general. This is what happens when instead of focusing on what people should be focused on, being a good person, morally upright, worshiping God, submitting to God, living a fruitful life. Instead of focusing on what matters, they focus on superficial, subjective, and ultimately stupid things. I mean, it's a decaying asset. It's a depreciating asset. You're going to get more and more ugly in the future no matter what. You're going to get older, fatter, more wrinkly, weaker. You're telling me you're going to look this way at 80? No, you're going to be ugly eventually according to your standards. So invest in what matters. Invest in really building a long-term healthy relationship, having friends and family, having kids, bettering your community, bettering your relationship with God. I mean, we're going to die someday. You think you're going to be in the grave and the angel's going to be looking at you being like, okay,
everybody else, and you are on the highest place for me in my heart. But
did it feel a little bit ridiculous?
Yes.
Okay. And the burqa on the whole,
oh my God,
full face covering. Do you think people should be allowed to cover their faces in the UK?
No. I'll be honest with you, burqa should be banned in the UK.
So you would ban the burqa?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
And is it the woman's choice predominantly, or is it normally the husband that says, I'd like you to wear the burqa because people are going to look at you?
Okay, so this is interesting, right? It comes from because I live in Saudi Arabia, I know women who wear the burqa, and I know women who don't wear the burqa, and I know the reason why some of the women wear the burqa.
Let's go there.
All right. So the women who wore burqas in Saudi Arabia, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia now, right? So a lot of them will be either married, but they will having affairs on the side with different men. Or women, whatever they're into.
Or cousin.
Maybe cousins as well. Well, cousins not that much, only because cousins will know that they're married and all that. But if they're having an affair with a different man and they go out with them in a different place and all that, when they're out with their husbands, and if the other man doesn't know that she's married, she need to cover herself. Because when you see all of them covered, you don't know who is who. You can't tell you. They're all just like, it's like an umbrella walking by itself, like a ghost. So you can't really tell who's who. So that was one of the reasoning why they would do it. Another reasoning was that some girls that I knew that they have cheated on their husband. They got caught before they were like, not wearing a burqa or anything. But then they're like, oh, you know what, I'm only for you. And they do put themselves in the position as well. Like, I do get it. There is that thing that they're forced to wear it. Yes, don't get me wrong. Majority of the time they are forced, yes. But then these are some of the things that a lot of people don't know. That she cheated on the husband and the husband caught her and they're like, you know what, I need divorce. I don't want to be with you. She's like, oh, no, I'll change. But look, this is what I'm doing for you. I'm fully covered. Nobody knows what's going on. And that's another type of wearing a full burqa. And then the third type is that when you have insecure men, right, who have wives and they're like, oh, I don't want her talking to anybody. I don't want her showing her face to the people. What if she likes someone else? Well, that's life. If she likes someone else, let her go.